Good morning, my dear students. In our last class, we have started chapter 2, right? Yes, we have started chapter 2, that is called Principles of Management. In our last class, we have discussed what is the meaning of principle and important concepts and features of principles of management we have come across with that. In today's class, we are going to look the very important concept in this chapter, which is applicable for all the businesses in all over the world, where we are looking the important concept for the day. In today's class, I am going to discuss about Fayol's principles of management. What is today's class concept? Fayol's principles of management. Fayol's means one theorist. Fayol's means his full name is Henry Fayol. What is his full name? Henry Fayol. Henry Fayol. He is from which country? French country. Henry Fayol. He is from French country. He is called as a management theorist. Yes, I am right. Henry Fayol. He is a French person. He is a French person who has written a management theorist, who will be called as a management theorist. And he will be considered as a father of general management. He was considered as a father of general management. Once again, I repeat, in today's class, we are going to look the Fayol's principles of management. Fayol's means a person name. What is his full name? His full name is Henry Fayol. Henry Fayol. He is from French country. He is considered as a management theorist. He was called as a father of general management. He was called as a father of general management. His theories universally applicable in all over the areas. His theories are applicable in all the areas, in all the places, and he will be applicable for different fields such as social, political, and economical. In the year of 1917, in the year of 1917, he has written one book. That book will be called as a General and Industrial Management. What is the book name he has written? General and Industrial Management. In which year he has written? In the year of 1917. That book will be called as a Concept of Administration. What is the book he has written? He has written in the year of 1917. He has written one book called General and Industrial Management. In that book, he has written the concept of administration on his own experience. Once again, I repeat, Fayol's principles of management. The full name of Fayol is Henry Fayol. He is from French. He will be called as a management theorist. He was called as a father of general management. His theories universally applicable in all the fields such as social, political, and economically. In the year of 1917, he has written one book. That book will be called as a General and Industrial Management. In that book, he has written the concept of administration on his own experience. This is the explanation of Fayol's. And along with that, he has written 14 principles that we are going to look today. What are those 14 principles that is universally applicable in all the organizations? Based on his experience, he has given 14 principles to the management which we can follow when we start our business. Here, let us see one by one 14 principles of management. Which are those 14 principles of management? Let us go one by one. First one is division of work. Next, second one, authority and responsibility. Third one, discipline. Fourth one, unity of direction. Fifth one, unity of command. Sixth one, subordination of individual interest to general interest. Next, seventh one, remuneration to the employees. Eighth one, centralization and decentralization. Scalar chain principle. Order, stability of personnel, equity, initiative, and last one, spirit of cooperation. Let us go one by one. 14 principles of management. First point is division of work. These 14 principles will be followed in each and every organization. Very simple points, very easy points where you can understand by seeing a point itself. Division, first point, division of work. What is division of work? Division is nothing but what? Divide. Here the organization should divide the work in the organization to work the employees in efficient manner, in a easy manner, in a smooth manner, without creating any problem, without creating any issue. They want to achieve the goals, and organization means they should divide the works among the employees. That is the first point. ನಾವೇನಾದರೂ ಕೆಲಸ ಮಾಡಬೇಕಂದ್ರೆ ನಾವೇನ್ ಮಾಡಬೇಕು? ಫಸ್ಟ್ ನಮ್ಮ ಕೆಲಸನ ಡಿವೈಡ್ ಮಾಡಬೇಕು. There are different departments in the organization. The different departments will be dividing their part of work to work in the organization. That is the first point, division of work. Now ನಮ್ಮ business ಚೆನ್ನಾಗಿ ನಡಿಬೇಕಂದ್ರೆ, ನಮ್ಮ business success ಆಗಬೇಕಂದ್ರೆ ಫಸ್ಟ್ ನಾವೇನ್ ಮಾಡಬೇಕು? ನಮ್ಮ business ರಲ್ಲಿ, ನಮ್ಮ organization ರಲ್ಲಿ ಏನೇನು ವರ್ಕ್ ಇರುತ್ತೆ ಆ ವರ್ಕ್ ನ ನಮ್ಮ ಎಷ್ಟು ಎಂಪ್ಲಾಯೀಸ್ ಇರ್ತಾರೆ ಅಷ್ಟು ಎಂಪ್ಲಾಯೀಸ್ ನಾವೇನ್ ಮಾಡಬೇಕು? ಡಿವೈಡ್ ಮಾಡಬೇಕು. Then only we can work easily in the organization. Next, second point. What is the second point? Authority and responsibility. Obviously, once we divide the work to our employees, we should give powers, we should give rights, we should give authorities and responsibilities to work in our organization. Without giving responsibility, without giving authority, no employee will take the interest to work in our organization. Therefore, they want to work in the organization means we should give authorities and responsibilities to them to work in the organization in an easy manner. Next, third point, discipline. Obviously, discipline is also an important principle of management where each and every organization is following and will follow. Here, discipline is nothing but respect. Discipline is nothing but giving respect and taking respect. Discipline is nothing but arranging the work in a systematic manner. Arranging the work in a systematic manner. Discipline is nothing but everything should be perfect in the organization. That is called discipline. Next, fourth point, unity of direction. Unity of direction. It is also one of the important function of the management, that is called direction. After planning, organizing, staffing, the important function of the management is directing. Directing is nothing but in the organization one leader, one plan, one method, one strategy should be followed. Here direction is nothing but whatever the direction is giving by the top level management, that should follow the middle management. Middle management will give certain direction to the lower level management, that should follow by the lower level management. That is called unity of directions. Unity of direction is nothing but one leader, one plan, one execution, one method should follow every one in the organization. Next, fifth point, unity of command. Unity of command is nothing but orderness, boldness. Here, the top level management will give orders to the employees. The top level management will give orders to the managers. They will not request, they will give orders, they will give guidelines, they will give statements, they will give rules and regulations should be followed in the organization. That is called unity of command. Whatever the rules and regulations are there, that should be followed each and every employee in the organization. That is called unity of command. Next, sixth point, subordination of individual interest to general interest. Yes, obviously, who are the employees who are working in our organization, their personal interest should be converted into organizational interest. Whatever the personal interest of employees should be in the outdoors of the organization. Once they put their step in the organization, they should give full interest towards the organization. That is called subordination of individual interest to general interest. Employees' interest should be converted to organizational interest, which means the managers should be motivate them like anything, that they should be in the favor of organization. They should be in the favor of company. That is called subordination of individual interest to general interest. ಇದರ ಅರ್ಥ ಏನಂದ್ರೆ, ನಾವು ನಮ್ಮ ಎಂಪ್ಲಾಯೀಸ್, ನಮ್ಮ ಕಂಪನಿಯಲ್ಲಿ ಎಷ್ಟು ಎಂಪ್ಲಾಯೀಸ್ ಇರ್ತಾರೆ, ಅಷ್ಟು ಎಂಪ್ಲಾಯೀಸ್ ಅವ್ರ ಪರ್ಸನಲ್ ಇಂಟ್ರೆಸ್ಟ್ ಏನಿರುತ್ತೆ ಅದನ್ನ ಕಂಪ್ನಿ ಆಚೆ ಕಡೆ ಇರಬೇಕು. ಒಂದ್ಸಲ ಕಂಪ್ನಿ ಒಳಗಡೆ ಬಂದಿದ ತಕ್ಷಣ ಅವ್ರು ಏನ್ ಮಾಡಬೇಕು, ಅವ್ರ ಆರ್ಗನೈಸೇಷನ್ ಕಂಪ್ನಿ ಕಡೆ ಇಂಟ್ರೆಸ್ಟ್ ಕೊಡಬೇಕು. ದಟ್ ಈಸ್ ಕಾಲ್ಡ್ ಸಬಾರ್ಡಿನೇಷನ್ ಆಫ್ ಇಂಡಿವಿಜುವಲ್ ಇಂಟ್ರೆಸ್ಟ್ ಟು general interest. Individual interest is nothing but personal interest should be converted into company interest once the employees are putting their step into the organization. Next, seventh point, remuneration to the employees. Obviously, very important concept. The remuneration is nothing but giving salaries, giving laborers, giving wages in the organization. Whoever the employees who are working in our organization, we should be remunerate them. ನಮ್ಮ ಬಿಸ್ನೆಸ್ ನಲ್ಲಿ ಎಷ್ಟು ಎಂಪ್ಲಾಯೀಸ್ ಇರ್ತಾರೆ, ಆ ಎಲ್ಲ ಎಂಪ್ಲಾಯೀಸ್ ನಾವೇನ್ ಮಾಡಬೇಕು, ಕರೆಕ್ಟ್ ಡೇಟ್ ಮೇಲೆ ಕರೆಕ್ಟ್ ಟೈಮ್ ಮೇಲೆ ಅವ್ರಿಗೆ ನಾವೇನ್ ಸ್ಯಾಲರಿ ಫಿಕ್ಸ್ ಮಾಡಿರ್ತೀರಿ, ಅವ್ರಿಗೆ ಏನ್ ವೇಜಸ್ ಫಿಕ್ಸ್ ಮಾಡಿರ್ತೀರಿ, ಅದನ್ನ ನಾವು ಟೈಮ್ ಮೇಲೆ ಅವ್ರನ್ನ ಕರೆಕ್ಟ್ ಆಗಿ ಕೊಡಬೇಕು. ದಟ್ ಈಸ್ ಕಾಲ್ಡ್ ರೆಮ್ಯುನರೇಷನ್ ಟು ದ ಎಂಪ್ಲಾಯೀಸ್. ರೆಮ್ಯುನರೇಷನ್ ಟು ದ ಎಂಪ್ಲಾಯೀಸ್ is nothing but giving salaries and wages to our employees or to our laborers who are working in our organization without cheating them, without giving any trouble them. We should pay on the time for them. That is called remuneration to the employees. Next, eighth point, centralization and decentralization. Let us go one by one. Eighth point is centralization and decentralization. In this principle, centralization means here the rules, the importance are very low, which means centralization is nothing but the company should give less rules, less importance to the subordinates for making decisions. The making decisions will be in the power of one hand or few hands. That is called centralization. Centralization is nothing but in the company less rules and less importance should be given to the subordinates, and mainly the decision making will be in the hands of one person or some persons. That is called centralization. Decentralization means more rules, more importance will be given to the subordinates, and here the making decisions will be in the hands of many people. That is the difference between centralization and decentralization. Centralization means, what is the meaning of centralization? Less rules, less importance will be given to the subordinates, and decision making will be in the hands of one person or few persons, and it is applicable only for small scale industries. Decentralization means more rules, more importance will be given to the subordinates, and decision making power will be in the hands of more people, and it is applicable for the large businesses, more businesses. Next, 9th point, scalar chain principle. Scalar chain principle. Chain is nothing but communication. Next, 9th principle is scalar chain principle, which means communication should be perfect in the organization. Top level management, middle level management, lower level management. There are three levels in the organization. Their communication should be perfect. Their communication should be clean. Their communication should be good. Then only the company can achieve their goals in a easy manner and in a fast manner. That is called scalar chain principle. Scalar chain principle is nothing but communication in the organization should be correct from top level management to the lower level management. That is called scalar chain principle. Next, 10th point, order. 10th point is order. In this principle, the Henry is telling that the work, the orders, the rules and regulations should be in a systematic arrangements. Order is nothing but everything should be systemized arrangement. The work, the employees, the departments, the areas, the floors, the computer systems, whatever the work in the organization, that should be in a systematic manner. That should be in a systematic arrangement. ನಮ್ಮ ಬಿಸ್ನೆಸ್ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ನಮ್ಮ ಆರ್ಗನೈಸೇಷನ್ ರಲ್ಲಿ ಏನೇನ್ ವರ್ಕ್ ಇರುತ್ತೆ ಆ ವರ್ಕ್ ನಾವು ಕರೆಕ್ಟ್ ಆಗಿ ಸಿಸ್ಟಮ್ಯಾಟಿಕ್ ಆಗಿ ಕ್ಲೀನ್ ಆಗಿ ಅರೇಂಜ್ಮೆಂಟ್ ಮಾಡಬೇಕು. ಸುಮ್ಮನೆ ಉಲ್ಟಾ ಪುಲ್ಟಾ ಮಾಡಬೇಡೋದು. ಸುಮ್ಮನೆ ಈ ಕೆಲಸ ಅವ್ರು ಕೊಡೋದು, ಅವ್ರ ಕೆಲಸ ಇವ್ರು ಕೊಡೋದು, ಫೈನಾನ್ಸ್ ಡಿಪಾರ್ಟ್ಮೆಂಟ್ ಕೆಲಸ ಮಾರ್ಕೆಟಿಂಗ್ ಕೊಡೋದು, ಮಾರ್ಕೆಟಿಂಗ್ ಕೆಲಸ ಹ್ಯೂಮನ್ ರಿಸೋರ್ಸ್ ಕೊಡೋದು. ದಟ್ ಈಸ್ ನಾಟ್ ಫೇರ್ ಇನ್ ದ ಆರ್ಗನೈಸೇಷನ್. ಇಫ್ ಅವರ್ ಬಿಸ್ನೆಸ್ ಶುಡ್ ಬಿ ಗೋ ಇನ್ ಎ ಕರೆಕ್ಟ್ ಮ್ಯಾನರ್, ಇನ್ ಎ ಸ್ಮೂತ್ ಮ್ಯಾನರ್, in a easy manner means we should be follow certain orders, which means the work should be in a systematic arrangements in the organization. Next, 11th point, stability of personnel. What is the 11th principle here? Stability of principle, which means the 11th principle is stability of personnel, which means it is also one of the principle where each and every organization is following. What is that? Where employees turnover should be minimized. Employees turnover should be minimized and organization efficiency should be increased, which means employees turnover should be reduced and organization efficiency should be increased. ಅಂದ್ರೆ ನಮ್ಮ ಬಿಸ್ನೆಸ್ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಎಷ್ಟು ಎಂಪ್ಲಾಯೀಸ್ ಇರ್ತಾರೆ ಅವ್ರನ್ನ ಟರ್ನ್ ಓವರ್ ಮಾಡೋದು ಮಿನಿಮೈಸ್ ಮಾಡಬೇಕು, ನಮ್ಮ ಬಿಸ್ನೆಸ್ ಎಫಿಷಿಯನ್ಸಿನ ಇನ್ಕ್ರೀಸ್ ಮಾಡಬೇಕು. ದಟ್ ಈಸ್ ಕಾಲ್ಡ್ ಸ್ಟೆಬಿಲಿಟಿ ಆಫ್ ಪರ್ಸನಲ್. ನೆಕ್ಸ್ಟ್ 12th point, equity. You know very well equity means what? We should feel that all the employees ಆರ್ ಒನ್. ಈಕ್ವಿಟಿ ಅಂದ್ರೆ ನಮ್ಮ ಬಿಸ್ನೆಸ್ ನಲ್ಲಿ ಎಷ್ಟು ಎಂಪ್ಲಾಯೀಸ್ ವರ್ಕ್ ಮಾಡ್ತಾವ್ರೆ, ಟಾಪ್ ಲೆವೆಲ್ ಮ್ಯಾನೇಜ್ಮೆಂಟ್ ಇಂದ ಲೋಯರ್ ಲೆವೆಲ್ ಮ್ಯಾನೇಜ್ಮೆಂಟ್ ವರೆಗೂ ಅಷ್ಟು ಎಂಪ್ಲಾಯೀಸ್ಗೂ ನಾವೇನ್ ಮಾಡಬೇಕು, ಈಕ್ವಲ್ ಆಗಿ ನೋಡಬೇಕು. We should treat them equally. We will not see any caste, we will not see any religion, we will not see any state, we will not see any language. We will see here the talent of the employees. We will see here everyone are same, everyone are equal. Whoever the employees who are working in our organization, we should treat them, all employees are same, all employees are equal, all employees are in a equity manner. That is the 12th principle. Next, 13th principle, what is that? Initiative. What is the 13th principle is telling by Henry Fayol? That is initiative. Initiative is nothing but freedom. We should give freedom to employees. Whoever the employees who are working in our organization, ನಮ್ಮ ಆರ್ಗನೈಸೇಷನ್ ರಲ್ಲಿ ನಮ್ಮ ಕಂಪನಿ ರಲ್ಲಿ ಎಷ್ಟು ಎಂಪ್ಲಾಯೀಸ್ ಕೆಲಸ ಮಾಡ್ತಾರೆ ಅಷ್ಟು ಎಂಪ್ಲಾಯೀಸ್ಗೂ ನಾವೇನ್ ಕೊಡಬೇಕು, ಫ್ರೀಡಮ್ ಕೊಡಬೇಕು. ಅವ್ರು ಎಷ್ಟು ಎಲ್ಲರಿಗೂ ನಾವೇನ್ ಮಾಡ್ಬೇಕು, ಇನಿಷಿಯೇಟಿವ್ ಆಗಬೇಕು. ವಿ ವಿಲ್ ನಾಟ್ ಟಾರ್ಚರ್ ದೆಮ್, ವಿ ವಿಲ್ ನಾಟ್ ಟ್ರೀಟ್ ಲೈಕ್ ಎನಿಥಿಂಗ್ ಟು ದೆಮ್. ವಿ ಶುಡ್ ಬಿ ಗಿವ್ some freedom to them. We should speak with them in a polite manner. We should take the work in an easy manner. It means initiative. Whoever the employees who are working in our organization, we should give freedom to them. We should not torture them. We should not struggle them. We should not put them in a problem. We should not create any issues in the organization. whoever the employees who are working in our organization, we should give freedom and easy manner to work in our organization. Then only our organization will be successful organization. Next, 14th and last principle of management, which is telling by the Henry Fayol. What is that? A spirit of cooperation. A spirit of cooperation. Cooperation is nothing but what? Taking all employees in one manner, which means we should promote to our employees. We should encourage to our employees. We should motivate our employees. We should give correct directions to our employees. We should give correct guidelines to our employees. That is called a spirit of cooperation. This last principle of management is a spirit of cooperation, which means we should promote, we should encourage, we should motivate, we should give correct guidelines, we should give correct statements to our employees. Otherwise there will be miscommunication, otherwise there will be problem creating, there will be issues creating, there will be many things will be arising in the organization, which will be called as a spirit of cooperation. There should be good cooperation among the employees in the organization. These are the 14 principles of management, which is very important in this chapter. Which are those 14 principles is telling by the Henry Fayol? Division of work, which means divide the work. Authorities and responsibilities will be given to employees. Discipline, we should follow the respect in the organization. Unity of direction, one leader, one action, one plan should be implemented. Unity of command, orders should be followed each and every management. Subordinates of individual interest to general interest. Remuneration to the employees. Centralization and decentralization. Scalar chain principle. Order, stability of personnel, equity, initiative, spirit of cooperation. I hope all of you have been understood these 14 principles. This has been said by the Henry Fayol. I hope all of you have been understood this. I think you don't have any doubts here. In rest of the things I will continue in the next class. Thank you everyone.